We're trapped! What are we going to do? Well, for starters, you're going to leave that body. That psychograph is banned on every civilized planet. You're compressing Rose to death. But I've got nowhere else to go. My original skin is dead. Not my problem. You could float as atoms in the air. Now get out. Give her back to me. You asked for it. Oh, my head. Where'd you go? Cassandra? Oh, it's me. I'm a man. Oh, so many parts. And hardly used. Two hearts. Oh, baby, I'm beating out a sandbar. Just get out of him. Oh, and very thin, too. A little bit foxy. You've been looking. You like it. Cassandra, just get out of him. Oh, what's up with all these cats in this hospital? Meow. Cassandra, please, just give me the doctor back now. Please. Memory, all alone in the moonlight. Cassandra, please get out of him. Cassandra! I mean, come on, can you blame me? I mean, there's cats in this story. Hello, Whovians, and welcome to my latest Doctor Who review, where today I start reviewing Series 2 of the new series. Woohoo! I have here the Blu-ray Steelbook, which is amazing, I'll have you know. So, the basic plot of New Earth is as follows. In the distant future, an order of cat nuns cure all illnesses, but the 10th Doctor is suspicious of their methods. He must uncover the truth and save Rose from the vengeance of his old enemy, the Lady Cassandra. Okay, so New Earth. Now, for some reason, this was an episode that I used to gravitate towards quite a lot when I was younger. I don't know why. I never thought it was amazing, but, you know, for some reason, it was one of the first Doctor Who episodes I ever owned on DVD. Maybe that's why. I mean, looking back on New Earth, it's decent, but I wouldn't say it's anything more than that. I think the story of the episode has quite a lot of plot holes, if I'm going to be honest. First of all, the cat nuns. Why on earth do they have these people, as the infected, stashed away in intensive care? If they're supposed to contain every single illness, surely they'd be dead already? How the hell does the Doctor whip up a cure to every single illness that quickly? I just don't get it. I think those two major plot holes make the story kind of unbelievable for me, to be honest. Obviously, it's interesting how Novice Hames says about them being unable to cope with the demands and all the illnesses kind of hit home a little bit, because what with the NHS in the UK going through some similar situations with the coronavirus, although they are slowly vaccinating people now. So I just think that's kind of interesting how that was kind of a slight unintentional parallel there. Obviously this was made in 2006, so this was years ago, but still, interesting similarity. So I think the story is kind of all over the place, and obviously Cassandra's return is good. I do quite like seeing Cassandra come back, although Zoe Wanamaker doesn't get to do a huge amount because Cassandra gets psychographed into Rose's body. She's basically still trying to survive, and somehow, even though she died in the end of the world, she's now miraculously come back because they've taken a piece of skin from the back of her body, which, you know, where was that in the end of the world? So I just think it's kind of convenient how Cassandra's come back. Even though I like Zoe Wanamaker, I just don't think it really quite is believable to me. I mean, the idea of her kind of, you know, being psychographed or, you know, transported into someone else's body, okay, she's definitely trying to take advantage of that, and I can understand that working. From then on, we get some kind of cringy, weird performance from Billie Piper. I mean, I don't necessarily blame Billie Piper as such. I do think this is down to the script in Russell T Davies. I just find Billie Piper's performance to be very weird in this one. When she's trying to pretend to be Cassandra in Rose's body, it does come across as weird. She puts on a very posh voice, and I can't Adam and Eve it. Oh yes, I talk like this. I mean, I know Billie Piper is quite well spoken in real life. It just didn't feel right. It just felt weird, to be honest, and not all of the comedy sort of landed. Like when she's checking herself out in the mirror and everything, and she's like, "Oh my god, I'm a chav." I mean, that line was funny, but the rest of it, when she's like examining her ass and her cleavage and everything like that, you're just thinking, okay, can we get on with the story? Like, what the hell is going on here? It's just a bit weird. I do think David Tennant is very good as the 10th Doctor. He gets quite a bit to do, and it's nice to see him in action, really, for the first time, because technically the Christmas Invasion, he didn't get a huge amount to do until the end, but he does quite a bit in this one, and there's that fantastic scene when he's confronting Novice Haim about how many people that have died, and he's really commanding as the Doctor. He instantly commands the screen, and he's also very funny. There's that funny moment where Cassandra goes into his body, and he's like, "Oh, I'm a man. Oh, oh, baby, I'm beating out a samba." I think when David Tennant plays Cassandra, it's definitely funnier. I think New Earth is definitely an episode that caters more towards comedy. I think it's meant to be more comedic. The story, like I said, is kind of it's not messy as such, but there's quite a few plot holes which do make it kind of uneven, as far as I'm concerned. I like the return of the face of Bo as well. The face of Bo is a great character, and obviously he will come back one more time in the next series in Gridlock. He doesn't really get much to do. I mean, he's never been a big part anyway, but there's a nice scene at the end when he says, "We will meet for the third time and the last time, and then the truth will be revealed." And of course, there's quite a clever twist with the with that, but we'll wait till we review Gridlock before we get to that. I also think with New Earth that the ending is very rushed. Like I've said, the Doctor manages to whip up a cure to every single disease in the universe. I didn't think there were any stakes to this story because the Doctor manages to get out of the situation like that. It just kind of took me out of the story, to be honest. However, I did like the character of Chip. I thought he was quite a sweet character. And he's only like this half-life human being who's taking care of Cassandra. He moisturizes her, and in the end she goes into his body. The ending of the episode is actually rather sad when the Doctor and Rose take Chip and Cassandra back to Cassandra's timeline when she sees herself and she, in Chip's body, dies right in front of herself. And I think that was one thing that was very nice. It was a very poignant way to end the story, with her kind of looking at herself as she used to be before she died. And it's a very sad moment as well because Chip dies, and yeah, it's very well played actually by Sean Gallagher, the actor that plays Chip. He's very good. There's also that weird moment when Cassandra in Rose's body kisses the Doctor, like out of nowhere. It just comes out of nowhere. The kiss feels completely weird. I don't know where that came from. Some of the comedy I do find a bit cringe, but the look of the episode is great. I like the CGI landscapes. The over sort of wide shot of New York looks fabulous. It looks really, really great. Murray Gold's music is also once again brilliant, and I love the set of the hospital, and it does look very good for what it is. The makeup on the cat people as well it's just superb. I mean, Novice Haim, the matron, they all look so good, and it looks so realistic. Like I said, it is an entertaining episode, but for me, it's not the best of this series because there's some plot holes in the story that just make it kind of uneven, and it doesn't always make sense to me. And there's some cringy comedy from Billie Piper. I don't think it's her best performance, if I'm going to be honest. But that being said, it's an enjoyable romp, so I will give New Earth. I'll give it a. I'll be nice. I'll give it a 7 out of 10. I was toying whether to give it a 6, but you know what? I'll give it a 7 because I did enjoy it. There were some funny parts to it, but it could have been better. So anyway, thank you very much for watching this review, and stay tuned next time when I review Tooth and Claw. So until then, I'm Mr. TARDIS 11. See you soon. Bye for now.